Hi, my name is Glenn Weinreb, and today we're going to look at how to tackle climate change with more R&D. And this is part 4 of our Climate Solution video series. The world is already doing R&D to tackle climate change. However, economists that project carbon dioxide emissions assume this is occurring, and they do not expect it to solve the climate problem. In other words, we are not doing enough R&D. And this begs the question, how might we do more? Our free climate book refers to 15 large R&D initiatives that are currently not being done and have the potential for significant impact. These are referred to as Climate R&D Moonshots, and for details, see the link shown here. Here's an example moonshot. Scientists are currently studying how to generate energy with a hot plasma inside a donut-shaped structure. This is referred to as tokamak fusion, and it is not expected to be commercially available for another 20 years. However, a fusion R&D moonshot could potentially get this done sooner. We are looking at new green infrastructure costing on the order of $100 trillion worldwide over the next 30 years. Therefore, spending hundreds of billions of dollars on additional R&D to potentially save trillions of dollars on decarbonization costs is reasonable. And this begs the question, how does one approach large R&D reasonably? In general, one spends small money before medium money and medium money before big money. And one only advances if the initiative is economically and technically feasible. Small money entails paying scientists and engineers to write proposals to do R&D. These might cost $10,000 each, and one might be able to get each moonshot started with several dozen proposals per moonshot. In other words, one could potentially get the ball rolling for several $100,000 per moonshot. After proposals are written, initial R&D might cost several $1 million to several tens of millions of dollars. After that, funding sources could continue or not. In theory, nations and foundations could set up funds that support proposal writing. These might cost several $1 million each, and they would not need to fund the actual moonshots, only the proposal writing. After proposals are written, consideration for more funding would be done by governments and foundations. Also, after one buys a proposal, they own it and can therefore place it on the internet open source. This means anyone could use it in any way free of charge. The U.S. government currently operates dozens of national laboratories, an example of which is shown here. This is the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and they develop gadgets that explore outer space. In theory, the U.S. government could do something similar with climate and set up a new national laboratory. And in theory, this could oversee multiple climate R&D moonshots. Foundations could also set up laboratories. For example, Bill could set up the Gates Decarbonization Laboratory, and Elon could set up the Musk Decarbonization Laboratory. And to get these started, foundations and governments could set up proposal writing funds. For details on how this might work, visit the link shown here. Governments and foundations occasionally waste money on R&D. In some cases, this is due to administrators who claim their work is more valuable than it is to attract money. To defend against wasting money, a lab could potentially task the best and brightest engineers and scientists with overseeing multiple projects and reasonably throttling money up or down to each over time. In other words, if one project is given more money, another project is given less, and the total laboratory budget stays the same. There are two types of R&D money: climate money and investment money. Climate money tries to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, whereas investment money tries to make more money. Each has constraints. For example, investment money will not participate if too complicated or too risky. And climate money might require engineers to share their work with others for free to maximize utilization of developed material. Governments and foundations are potential sources of climate money, whereas companies and investment funds are sources of investment money. Investment money and climate money are already tackling climate change. However, as noted previously, economists do not believe this will solve the climate problem at their current levels. Okay, let's summarize how to tackle climate change with more R&D. 1, we can tackle areas that are not being worked on and have potential for significant impact. 2, governments can justify putting more money into R&D to save money elsewhere. And 3, relatively little money can get this started by supporting open source proposal writing funds. According to the math, climate change does not need to be difficult. And for more climate solution videos, visit the link shown here. Thank you for listening.